Yes. Committeeman Oliver,
Yes.
Committeeman Martinez,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Raffay,
Yes.
Mayor Batista.
Yes.
2024-16, an ordinance amending chapter 39 of the Pennsauken Township Code. Fire chief of department and deputy fire chief of department.
Other one off.
Can we have a motion to approve on the first reading?
So, second?
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Roberts? Yes. Committeeman Oliver,
Yes.
Committeeman Martinez?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Raffay,
Yes.
Mayor Batista.
Yes. Resolutions, the following will be considered by consent agenda.
2024-210, resolution authorizing the applicant to the New Jersey Clean Energy Program Community Energy Planning Grant Program. 2024-211, resolution of the Township of Pennsauken ratifying a memorandum of agreement for successor collective negotiations agreement between the Township of Pennsauken and the Superior Officers Association, Garden State Lodge Number 3. 2024-212, award of contract or professional services base plan design bid and construction administration for a new Pennsauken Pool Complex, Remington and Vernon. 2024-213, authorization by the Township of Pennsauken Township Committee for a shared service agreement by and between Pennsauken Township, Pennsauken Sewage Authority, and the Camden County Municipal Utilities Authority in regards to the Pennsauken Disconnect Project. 2024-214, acceptance of the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse through Camden County. 2024-215, insertion of special items of revenue in the Solid Waste Collection District, Budget Chapter 159, PL 1948. Fiscal year 2024 Clean Communities Program, $90,069.38. 2024-16, insertion of special items of revenue in Budget Chapter 159, PL 1948. Fiscal year 2024 Safety Incentive Award, $2,000. 2024-17, insertion of special items of revenue into Budget Chapter 159, PL 1948. Fiscal year 2024 Local Recreation Improvement Grant, $71,000. 2024-18, resolution of the Township of Pennsauken in the County of Camden, New Jersey, rejecting all of the second round bids and authorizing the Township to negotiate the contract with responsible bidders for the LED lighting retrofit on existing poles at Athletic Field Project. 2024-19, resolution amending concrete repair program award, Diamond Construction. 2024-20, resolution approving the refund of lead paint application fees. 2024-21, resolution appointing a crossing guard Angela Mosiniak.
Can we have a motion to adopt?
Make a motion to adopt?
Second?
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Roberts,
Yes.
Committeeman Oliver,
Yes, but abstained at 2024-211 and 2024-213.
thank you. Committeeman Martinez,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Raffay,
Yes.
Mayor Batista.
Yes to everything except for 2024-213. I abstain from that.
Thank you.
Before we move on to the next thing, just to let everybody know online, we had some technical difficulties. We held starting the meeting off for a few minutes as we weren't sure if we were actually going to be able to stream today, but fortunately, we're back online. You guys haven't missed much. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're going to keep rolling here. We are on H. If you have a copy of what's happening, conference items, items of discussion. Duke Marks, I'm sorry, it says Shakir Ali, that's not really Duke, I apologize.
I think Shakir tried to sabotage the meeting.
I think so too, I saw him on the roof messing around with wires.
The public doesn't see how much better I am. So good evening, Mayor, Township Committee, and members of the public. Tonight, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Larry Chenault is here. Also, Herb Scott, I'm assuming he's not here yet?
He's on his way.
He's on his way? Okay, so are you able to present without him?
No, I would like to wait if you could move us down on the agenda.
Well, I think we're almost at the end.
We're at the
but I'm
bottom
gonna-
of the
yeah.
agenda now.
Okay,
All right, so let me just, come on.
We can have you come back if you'd like, sir.
okay.
So, Mr. Chenault is the Secretary and Board Member of the Kappa Community Development Corporation. The project name is the Burlington Camden Kappa Development Corp. I'll give you a little summary. Mr. Chenault and his partner Herb Scott are here They are requesting an LOS, also known as a letter of support, for a 112-unit market rate veterans housing project. Estimated cost is $34 million. This would be located behind the World Harvest Christian Church on Westfield Avenue. There's a train track that runs there. There's a big piece of land back there. Morrisville, yes, correct. And this is a multi-use area. It's an LI, and also it is a R3. So all those lots are encompassed inside. So I will turn it over to Mr. Chenault.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. It's a pleasure to meet and see everyone here tonight. And here is Herb Scott, our architect, just arriving.
I believe we needed a name and an address.
Yes, please.
Larry Chenault, 49 Flanders Bartley Road, number 114, Flanders, New Jersey.
Thank you.
And Herb Scott, your name and address?
You can announce it when he comes up there. You can keep rolling. There you go.
Okay.
Can you spell your last name for me, please?
Chenault, Chenault.
Thank you.
Our Kappa Community Development Corporation has been around since 1969 as a community development group that is doing a lot of good work in the community of Burlington and Camden County. And we've always done good things in both of these counties, and we decided we wanted to do more. And henceforth, we decided to do veterans housing, and that's why we're here. We located a piece of property that we thought would fit well for our dreams and aspirations to serve the veterans as well as serve the community as well. The project is $34 million. Right now, we have $7 million LOIs for the capital stack. We have various institutions that want to come in with the additional construction money and to complete the capital stack of $34 million. But one of the prerequisites is to control the property. Once we control the property, there will be no problems in receiving the remaining 22 million. Yeah, we have 12 million term sheet right now. So we're looking to do 112 units, 84 one bedrooms, and 28 studios. From this point on, I'll let Herb Scott talk about the actual architectural drawings. But before I turn it over to him, do you have any questions?
No, sir. Herb.
Yes.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
You were ready to wrap this up. You came breezing right in.
Well, let me just say this.
Herb,
and-
before we get going, just do me one favor. Herb Scott, we just need your address for our.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem.
And then a mic, Mr. Scott, if you would. The microphone behind you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, that's Herb Scott, 1 Cardinal Lane, Sicklerville, New Jersey, 08081.
Thank you.
Okay. Apologize for my tardiness, but in a way it's on time because we just found out like 30 hours ago that we had to be ready for today. This drawing was already prepared, but and I'm thankful that I was able, without having to put in for an Oprah, to get the tax map for the project. And in the midst of getting it and literally taking it home and start to prepare the plan for it, I literally finished at 5 o'clock. Just enough time to get in the shower, get on the expressway, and get in. So, but I thank you for the opportunity to present what we think is a very exciting project. We have been looking for a project that's in the opportunity zone, which is very important because we have funders that have a tax incentive that if they actually invest in the project and can wait for 10 years, at the end of that 10-year term, they'll get tax credits where they won't have to pay any taxes on their investment. So it has encouraged people, investors, family offices, and the like to basically be encouraged to, get involved with a project. One funder or a person that specializes in sustainable projects with chip manufacturing and turbine wind production saw us and saw that we were in opportunity zone, and that inspired him to get in contact with us. That's a whole separate project going in a whole nother direction. But to that end, we basically are looking to develop these units. I'll start explaining the, maybe I can.
Can you take it out?
Sure
Oh,
can.
good. Okay, great. It's 3 floors with the lower level being commercial, and it has retail space, actual store that could be like a Dollar General that seems to be popular and popping up in a lot of different places. A retail unit, which could be a hair salon, barbershop, or whatever. That's on the first floor. The second and the third floor is comprised of 1-bedroom units and studio units. We have looked into our clientele, which is the Veterans Administration. We have a very good relationship with the New Jersey Veterans Affairs Board, and they're always looking for developers to come up with units to satisfy their insatiable need to provide a unit. So we're thankful to have that relationship. And this is a front elevation of the building. It's a pretty contemporary looking building, 3 floors, as I mentioned. This is a blown up site plan showing courtyard in the back, the actual 3-story building, concrete walkway around the entire building, and then parking spaces on both sides, and then the driveway where you come in and out. The actual floor plan, starting with the studio, gives you a galley kitchen, a handicap bathroom with a stall shower that is easily accessible for a handicapped person, grab bars, closet, and then the living area, which is also going to serve as the bedroom. The 1-bedroom unit has a spacious 1-bedroom, a separate living room area, a galley kitchen, closet, and then also a handicap bath as well. So as Larry said, we're looking to develop 112 total units on the 3 floors. So essentially what it would be is in this building where the commercial is on the first floor, and then the second and the third floor is basically going to be the residential. There will be 4 other separate buildings, as I will show you. Unfortunately, the site plan is pretty small because of the size of the acreage. It was really tough, especially in that little small time that I had, to try to encapsulate a presentation. So I had to use what was actually a small scale of 1 inch equals 100 feet. Okay, so bear with me as far as the plan, but it's pretty detailed. And essentially what it is you have uh, Boulevard Avenue with a double cul-de-sac, and I placed the entrances so it didn't interfere with the circulation of coming in and out of that, as well as I believe, oh, that's the other street. Then there's a back street called DeRue Street. So there's double entrance and exits off of Boulevard Avenue as well as DeRue's rather. Okay. And what I did was I positioned the commercial / residential unit here with all the parking. And then I put the other 4 residential units kind of like in a campus type setting back here to give some privacy, but also some exclusivity as well. Okay, so plenty of parking. Matter of fact, I had to cut down on some of the parking spaces. It was so many. So basically, this is a site plan. It's a pretty challenging site because it's in and out. It gets really narrow here, then it comes out here and all that. But I'm pretty good with trying to work with the actual footprint of whatever the project is at hand. So at least to say this one was challenging, but yet I think successful. So ultimately, we need your support because we are applying for a $4 million grant from NJEDA. And one of the prerequisites of that application process requires a letter of support. We met with Mr. Ali some 3 weeks ago, and he had mentioned that since this site is light industrial, that we would be seeking a variance, but they couldn't outright come right out and give us the letter of support since we are going to have to go through your board to actually get a variance to get it changed over to essentially would be CMX, which is commercial mixed use. Okay, so that's basically the project in that regard. Coming right down to the deadline because that deadline for submitting the application is Monday. So we're hoping that
We could have pushed this meeting back till Sunday.
yeah, that at least gave us 24 hours. Yeah, so basically, we're gracious and thankful of your time and able to make this worthy presentation of a project that we feel is not only going to help this community, but in general, it will help our fraternity. We've been searching for a headquarters for some 25 years, and we are meeting at hotels. Right now, thank God, we're meeting at the Hope Church, which is on Cooper Road. They have extended their conference room for us to meet in. So we've been looking and searching for a facility, but it wasn't just going to only be a facility for us to meet in, but we also felt like we had a fiduciary responsibility to create an income-producing project. Henceforth, that's where the veterans apartments come in at. We chose veterans because we feel that that is a worthy and a necessary, group of guys that have served our country. So we feel that the least that we could do is provide quality apartments and units for them to reside in. This is going to be a market rate project. So the 112 apartments that we are looking to provide will be upscaled to the point where they will be market rate. So that's one thing I wanted to make clear to the board, that we're not looking to do affordable housing. I know we got enough affordable housing going on. So we wanted to actually exclusively designate these units to be for market rate.
So let's just dive into some stuff really quick here. Herb and Larry, first off, pleasure to meet you guys. Are you guys veterans yourself?
No.
No, okay. So this property also, you're also proposing commercial on this property as well, is that, am I correct here?
That's correct.
You want to have commercial property underneath and you want to have apartments above. Are you
Correct.
taking the entire cul-de-sac over the other side of the street as well? That cul-de-sac has a lot of stuff going on. I'm asking you, is it both sides of that road?
Oh, no, only the side that is on the left to.
I can't see it, I apologize.
Yeah, no,
I'm
know.
trying to gather what you're doing. I know
Yeah.
where DeRusse is, I know
Yeah,
where the
this is-
church is.
Yeah, there's a church here, and also on this corner here, there's another church.
Okay.
So,
This
Where-
area has trucking in it now on this opposing side of you, am I correct?
yeah, that's why it's this light industrial. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're looking to comprise the interior portion.
Right, you want to open this property up, you're looking at creating an entrance where this parking is.
Yes, here off of Boulevard as well as DeRusse.
So, just to give you guys a little background on this area of our town. It's a super multi-generational section of Pensauken.
I heard that.
This is an area of town that, well, us as a committee have the utmost respect for it. And I'll tell you why, because they care.
Mhm.
I mean, it starts in Morrisville with caring, okay? And what they care about is safety of the residents who live there already. DeRusse Ave is a highly traveled road, a lot of trucking in and out of that area as it stands now. We have a school just down from where you're proposing this and a park on the other side of the street. It is a volume of traffic that is at times unruly, okay? And the people of this neighborhood are very involved with what happens inside this neighborhood. So I would just tell you right from the hip, I can't imagine that we would make a decision based on what to do in this area
Without this.
we would absolutely reach out to the leaders of that community and discuss with them how they feel about something like this. We love veterans. We love creating places for people to be. This is what Pensauken really is truly about. What it also is about taking precedent to the people who are here already and have been here for quite a long time. I will open the floor to all of the committee to ask questions. I'm just going to be honest with you, Herb. You guys seem like you have a great thing going here. This is a tough sell to the town in a tough spot. If you need a letter from us for $4 million before you even go in front of the board to ask for a variance, which isn't probably going to be easy to get anyway, because if you're adding commercial into an area that already has probably too much stuff going on inside of it, it's a tough lift in that regard. There's a lot of kids that live in that neighborhood. There's a lot of people crossing over DeRusse to the park and to the school. We love to see a project like this. We love it. It's like, I wish it wasn't where it is, but it would be tough for me to say, I think this is a straight shot to say we can give you on Thursday a letter that you need by Monday. But I will be more than happy, if community can please ask. I'm sure, I see your deputy mayor writing down questions. You can jump in.
I heard you say a letter of support for $4 million.
I don't know, I thought that's what I heard you
Well,
say. I
that's the
apologize.
max for the actual program, but we're looking to see 2.8 million, which would be for the acquisition of this program.
Okay,
Martin Chalmers is the realtor.
Okay.
He owns this 7-acre site. They were really tough with their requirements
Right.
as well. And to that end, we were warned, Mr. Ali acknowledged to us that they are long-standing, old school residents.
beautiful residents, not old school. The residents in that area, they care. That's all they are. They're people that care.
Okay, well, I didn't want to generalize it in that regard, or even denigrate it very well. But to that end, and that's why I spend all night working on these projects, because I had to wrestle, and actually, I Christian and I pray to the Lord, where are the best places to put these exit and entrances, okay? And I came up with here for here because you're in between the two cul-de-sacs, number one. And then you have a straight run into the site, okay? I came up with here for the roofs because I felt as though that would be a problem if I came close to this little street that's here. I don't know what it looks like. It's RC, whatever that street is. I don't want to interfere or compete with oncoming traffic either this way, that way. So that's why I came up with the entrance exits where I did it.
I respect that. And, any questions, Deputy Mayor? Do you have any questions for the president?
No, I was going to, also talk about, you know, the Morrisville, that I think that they do need to hear this out. And then the next question would be, I saw in the email that was sent to us, robotic, parking. Is that something that you're thinking of doing in this one?
Normally we would, but I gotta admit, when I started looking at the site and laying, I have an abundant amount of parking. I don't think we're gonna be going robotic parking on this site, okay? So, you know, we have, I believe, more than enough parking, ground parking to satisfy needs for not only.
This is your parking. Where is your building in this layout?
Okay, this is the commercial building here, as I made it separate and, you know, special to its location and parking around. And then the four other veteran unit, 3-story buildings that are all residential market rate are in this. Like I said, I tried to come up with a campus layout, okay, to basically facilitate that. There's a little courtyard here, parking here. These little circles represent trees, so I really tried to actually create a buffer, okay, of landscaping all the way around to kind of soften the project in that regard.
Right. Have you guys done a project like this already?
Yes.
Okay. Where was a veteran, or is it just another apartment complex, or?
It's other apartment complexes. It's veteran as well, and these are all in the planning stages of this. We basically were able to be approved for the Opportunity Zone funding around like 3 years ago. So we've been kind of at this for like the last 3 years. Okay.
To answer your question, yes, we have various board members that have that skill and have built these type of complexes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, would be curious to see, you know, typically when somebody comes in, they want to develop something, we'd like to know some references as to what's happened already, you know, to see,
Pictures.
typically, yeah, we'd like to see some renderings of some other places to understand how long they've been around. You know, you would understand that that's important too. If somebody's going to begin a project, we want to see, you know, where they've been already. They come across different things when you do this. How about it? Again, I'm sorry, Deputy Mayor, do you have anything?
No, go ahead. I would just like to agree with you, Mayor, that I know you've worked really hard on this. It sounds like you were working really hard on it. And of course, we do love our veterans, for sure. It's a worthy project, but certainly I would think we would need to speak to the residents in that area and give them this information before we were able to really move forward with a letter of support. I think they deserve to know and to weigh in on how they feel about it.
Well, we didn't really want to, you know, put pressure on you as far as saying that we got till Monday. That's our problem. And at the end of the day, it's going to take time. You know, we're presenting something that's totally new and comprehensive that is probably going to be a heavy lift for them to accept and acknowledge and agree to initially. So we're prepared for the battle in that regard. We feel that it's a worthy enough project. The location is great. You're right off of 295 and Route 73, Ben Franklin. bridge, so location-wise, we just feel that it's ideal. And even though it's light industrial, it is a residential setting around it. Okay, so that's why we feel that the residential part of it will, hopefully fit in with what is the fabric of the neighborhood.
One more question. You said something about we gotta wait 10 years for a tax incentive. Is this something that they'll pay for what they want and then until it gets built, and how does that work?
He was referring to the opportunity zone.
Okay,
Cory Booker and Tim Scott created the opportunity zone. It's a way of accredited investors that are very wealthy that have capital gains. Say they sold something for $10 million and they have a tax of 10%, 1 million.
okay,
They can put that 1 million into a project like this and leave it in there for 10 years
okay,
and they don't get taxed on it.
okay.
So it's very attractive. And
You're saying for
investors.
funding, you're worried about
investors.
funding.
For
Yeah.
investors, gotcha.
And it's doing something for the community.
Okay,
Cory Booker and Tim Scott wanted to go into communities that are historically not invested in.
okay,
And Pensacola, Camden, and 500 and some odd other towns are in opportunity zones across America.
okay, understood. I was just.
But I wanted to say something. When he said 4 million, the New Jersey EDA grant will go up to $4 million to purchase vacant land or a building. It just so happens that this property is selling for 2.6 million. So if we're approved, they would pay 100% for the property on our behalf. Just wanted to clear that up. Thank you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Committeeman Alva, any questions?
Yeah, actually, I have something to say. I love the idea of the project as well, and the mayor took most of the words out of my mouth. The one thing that drew me back the most was the commercial use on the first floor. I'm not sure if Morrisville is going to be very receptive to that. Is there any way you would make it all residential?
Well, the rules of the actual fund require that there's a portion of it be commercial.
The New Jersey EDA.
Yeah, and that's what grant that we're seeking right now. Okay. Yeah, I would love for it to be a total residential. I know it would be easier even from the zoning. The fact that the commercial portion of it, offers a caveat in that regard. So we recognize that to that end, but
Yeah, work with it.
right.
Yeah, we understand. There's stipulations. Committeeman Martinez, any questions?
I don't have any questions. Project looks amazing. My father is a veteran as well. But personally, with me being on committee for about close to 4 years, this doesn't move unless Morristown leaders and that part of that community has been heard about this project. That's what I think.
Okay, we're well aware.
Well, maybe, listen, if you're not stuck to the Monday thing, we'll reach back to you guys and we can have another discussion. We're not saying that. What we're saying
not
is,
stuck to money.
right,
We
so
already know
let
that
us
that's
reconvene,
possible.
let us reconvene. We'll keep in touch with you guys. You let us know what's going on. We'll do some due diligence on our side. We don't make a decision tonight, but what we do decide to say, we'll speak again, without a doubt. Maybe this isn't the spot, maybe it is, who knows, but it'd be almost impossible to say we can sign off on a letter right now. Sure.
Does the city have any property that they can convey?
We do have properties in town, and it'd be another thing that I'm thinking of, we can speak on. Maybe we can show you some other locations in town where that doesn't affect the community, because this is a great community thing. We don't want it to have a negative impact, right? We like it married to, we like to call that a win-win,
Okay.
right? So let's let's try to get to that. I'm serious. I wasn't, he's making me laugh. But honestly, no, you guys seem like great guys. And the concept of this is very strong. It's a bad spot. It just is. And to put commercial, anything commercial on that street is a bad move. Especially exactly where it is. So let's agree to, we'll speak again, right? We're not leaving, you know where we are. And, we'll get, Shakir back in the room with Duke and a couple of us, and we'll go down what properties we have in town that are available, and we'll go from there. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
That sound good?
Thank you, guys.
Well, we're not tied to this property,
Yeah.
however, it's the one that was sizable enough for us to be able to,
Right.
tackle the 100.
Right, we'll talk. So we'll talk about what kind
And
of,
we understand, you know,
acreage you
yeah,
need.
exactly. Maybe
Yeah.
there's another spot that would be better, that will be less challenging, and so
Okay.
it works for you guys as well.
All right.
I think, he said two acres or more is good.
We could get by with between 2 to 3 acres.
2 to 3.
Is there an amount that's too much, 2 to 3?
No,
No.
because we have other projects that we would like to do for the community as well. Senior care house, veteran senior care.
Okay. All right, so we'll turn this back around, okay, guys? I appreciate you coming. It's great to meet
Thank you,
you.
gentlemen.
Likewise.
Thank you,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you for it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Now that brings us to public comments. If anybody has a comment from the public, you can stand up and state your name, your address, and you have 5 minutes if you'd like to have something to say. We're gonna set this microphone up for you. Take your time. It's not a race. Take your time getting over to that microphone. We just need your name, your address, and you have 5 minutes.
First, I'd like to say good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Carol Bell Gonzalez.
Give us 1 second. Frank Sinatra is gonna help you out here. We just wanna hear you, that's all.
Okay. My name is Carol Bell Gonzalez, and I live at 6135 Pleasant Avenue in Pennsauken, New Jersey. And I've had a wonderful time here. I've been here now almost 30 years where I am. And I just have some concerns with things that are going on now. I'd like to know, are we allowed to have chickens and roosters?
No, we're not allowed to have chickens and roosters.
We have,
Well, here you go.
we also have foxes that have had babies that are trying to get to the chickens. And one of my neighbors said that he thinks he saw something that looks like a coyote. Now, I've been here for years and I've never seen any of these things. Not any, but if my grands came over or something, I'm in the double yard because we have the long yards and the short yards. And, I wouldn't be able to let them go out there and play or anything without being worried about what else might be out there. We have to go out even if we let our dog out to see about that. The other thing is the street that I'm on, we get a lot of cars speeding all the time. They don't want to go on Westville Avenue. So it's a clear shot down to 47th Street. And they come on and they do that. And let's see, I wrote down everything.
Take your
When
time.
I first came here, we couldn't have tractor trailers coming down the residential streets. Are they allowed to do that now?
No.
Because
No.
we have quite a few of the tractors, and I have one that comes through between 3 and 4 every day now. And all this is like new to me because I used to go to all the meetings with the group that's all retired now. I always went to the meetings so that I would know what was going on in the township. And this has been a wonderful place to live, and I just wanted to stay that way.
Well, we appreciate you coming out here, if I may, and I'll tell you, we can't fix these problems if we don't know about them. So first off, on behalf of everybody, we thank you for coming to fill us in on what's going on. No, tractor trailers are not allowed to go down your street. You're not allowed to park on the road. You're not allowed to have chickens. If you have chickens at your house, please let us know. We can speak to this, so you can give this information to Duke. Give us the address. We will follow up with that, and we will follow up with you to let you know what's going on with that. Coyotes and foxes, we can't control wildlife, but we'll duly note it. I've seen it too in my neighborhood. I've seen foxes in my neighborhood as well. We called animal control and asked about it. What we were told from animal control is, listen, unfortunately, we are living in their natural habitat, okay? And they don't attack dogs, from what I'm told. But sure, I don't want to be face to face with one of these things either. It's scary to think about. I would tell you, please be careful. If you have seen it on your property, maybe check before you go out, blow horn. I'm not sure. The other stuff we can absolutely follow up with. So when you step down, we're about to get to the end of what's happening here. Duke will take your information and we'll touch base with you on everything else. Thank you so much.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay, that gets us to committee comments. There we go. We need your name, we need your address.
Good evening. My name is Portia Lawton. I live at 1633 41st Street. I've been here 40 years. Concerned about the neighborhood changing. One of the problems I have is people that's coming here that's fixing cars on the street, tow trucks dropping off.
That's stay over.
Just tell them to move down the hallway.
Yeah.
Or ask them, please. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
We're hearing them.
I'm trying to give you your time. We're trying to give you your time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right. People that moved in the neighborhood, they're fixing cars on the street, tow trucks dropping off cars to be fixed. Another thing, the problem is, the younger children that's there, they're stopped at the top of a river road coming down 41st Street because there's no bumpers in the street, no stop sign. They're racing like they're out on the highway. Now from Amon Avenue, I know, but from Amon Avenue, and then they just shoot right on straight up 41st Street and straight on up. This is straight through run because I walked around the neighborhood. I said, how come this street is just straight through runs? The other streets go curves around so they can't race. The next problem is we have, like, if she's piggyback on Carol, tractor trailer. My neighbor has one that parks the cab. And when I go out, I'm afraid to go because a car be coming down the street or I can't see around someone running up the street. So I'm scared about that. Now we have, even though we have Prime, FedEx, Amazon, all them trucks. Now in front of my house, in the street, the cement is like going down. So I'm trying to figure out, it's too much heavy traffic going there and I don't want to come out there and go down in a hole or it might give away. So I was thinking about maybe the code inspector might come and see what's going on. But even though the guy that has to park that cab of his 18-wheeler, it's not an everyday thing, but I didn't know if you were allowed to do this now, but I see a lot, like Carol said. We drive around, I say, well, these tractor trailers parked, people bringing them home or what? Now, the next number is another thing. We have, whatever they stopped over Philadelphia about those, what do you call them, ATV wheels? Now we got them. It starts on the Friday, sometimes after 4 and 5. You see they call them Williams or Willies, whatever they call these young people do. And I see the girls come and say, where are they coming from? They run up the street and run back down the street. And they just doing this. I don't know where they disappeared to, but from one end of the street all the way down back to Amon Avenue. So now, the one last thing, we have like Carrollton Road, and so I come out the back door, and I was one who was taking out the trash, and come to find out it was a raccoon. I thought it was a kitten. I looked at the back, I thought it was 5 cute little kittens. One was a skunk, and I was calling them kitties, and they was, and I got a picture of them on my camera, but then I said, okay, this has got to stop. We're not having that. Last but not least, some of the yards in the front and the back, people don't keep it clean no more. They don't want to look like they don't want to cut the grass. I don't know if they gave up or what, but I think it's horrible. And you try to talk to your neighbors, they get mad with you. So I said, well, I'm not going to do it because they might want to shoot me. I am not doing this. I just want to let everybody know that's the
Portia, so this is a lot of stuff going on,
yes.
right? And it's very unfortunate to hear things that are happening that are offsetting your neighborhood. But what we can really start with is if you see people riding ATVs and motorbikes, 911 right to the police, they will come out and they
Yeah,
will.
non-emergency, yeah, because I did catch.
You can call 911. You can call it because it is an emergency. They're unregistered.
Non-emergency, right?
It is an emergency.
Okay.
It absolutely is. These are non-registered vehicles that don't have insurance that are driving on the road. Very dangerous to have, and our police force will 100% do their due diligence and find out who these people are and have that stuff removed. They're very good at that, but we need the heads up. I don't want to put work on you, but if you see it, please help us to help you. If people are doing work, commercial work on the street, if you see any of the stuff that you mentioned today, if you can call us and we will come out. We will put it on our list. You should not argue with anybody. I don't want to see anybody. You don't have to speak to anybody. If you feel that the property isn't being kept as to what our ordinance requires, we will absolutely investigate it, and we will also follow up with you to let you know what is going on. A lot of times, sometimes people just don't understand maybe what they are allowed and not allowed to do, and we will be the ones to share that information. That's our job. But we appreciate you coming out. The raccoons, listen, stay away. Even if you think they're cats, they're everywhere. My house, my neighborhood is completely infested with skunks everywhere. If you let your dog out at night, you're almost half crazy because your dog can get sprayed. My dog has been sprayed. It's something that's we don't know what to do about it, but they nest in areas under sheds.
Yeah.
There's a lot of areas they can find to do it. Just be very careful and cautious. Again, the problem with these animals are we are told we're in their natural habitat.
Exactly.
It's unfortunate,
Yes.
but it's a reality. So look, again, you can leave your name and number with Duke when you leave. And what we will do is we will reach out to you as well to follow up on all the stuff that you covered today. And we will one by one with our code enforcement and our police force be able to address all of these situations. Look, we appreciate you being here for 40 years. It's a great town. It's full of great people. If we have some issues with in your area, lend a hand here to address some of these issues.
Yes, because I did call the police one night. I had seen this guy walking down the street with a flashlight checking people's car. And I was back, just had to look out the window about 5 o'clock in the morning because I have a habit of looking out the window. And he was going house to house. And the next day, my neighbor called me and said, Portia, did you see? I said, I was up. I said, I don't sleep. She said, well, we got him on camera. I said, well, I called the police and they came right away because the police shone his light in my house, through the window. But they kept on going. Whether he picked them up or not, I don't know.
Yeah. They're good at that stuff, and usually if somebody is breaking into cars, they will eventually catch up to them. It is unfortunate.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate, but please, if you give us the information, we'll work on it. Meet up with Duke when we're done here and give him your information if you'd like, and we'll reach out to you. Thank you, Portia.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much.
I belong to Town Watch also.
That's good. That is
Appreciate
good.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Seeing nobody else, public comment, we have a motion to close the floor.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next up, committee comments. I'll jump in here real quick to say I want to thank everybody for coming out to the senior event at the pool today. Whoa, we didn't do it. But we didn't do it because we were scared it was going to be ruined. So we're pushing it back to Wednesday, next week, Wednesday, same time, same place, just a different day with no threat of rain. And we plan on having a great time. You know, it's summer, it's coming upon us now. The weather is nice. These are some of the give backs that we've been really concentrated on as we're working hard in town on all these different projects to make this community be the best that it can be. It is great at times to spend some time with our residents whenever we can. If you're paying attention to what else is happening this week, I'm not going to steal anybody's thunder, but a smidgen. Saturday is our summer kickoff jam that the deputy mayor is dying to tell you about. And usually she has a whole list of stuff to speak on, but I get out of the way typically. But the summer kickoff jam is an incredible time for people to get together, get to know who your neighbors are, listen to some music, and see some fireworks at the end of the night. Maybe have some food from a food truck, bring your family out. It'll be awesome. The deputy mayor is going to elaborate, but I just want to say thank you for everybody that did tune in. Thank you to our residents that came out with their issues. We appreciate hearing from you because we can't help you if we don't know what's going on. And we will be working for you like we do always, specifically to your issues. So with that said, I'm going to turn the floor over to our deputy mayor, Jessica Ralph.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. First, I want to give a shout out to Committeewoman Nicole Roberts, who had a birthday a couple days ago. Happy birthday. Also, another shout out to Juan Vasquez, our Parks and Recreation Coordinator. His birthday is today. Happy birthday, Juan. Also, to just add a little bit to what the mayor said about the summer kickoff event. For the first time, we're going to have some bouncy houses and a game truck as well to offer to the young and not so young, whoever wants to be part of it. So, you know, because I had parents last year say, oh, there's nothing really to do for these kids. Well, now there is. So make sure you get there from 6 to 9. And our summer kickoff is a great event. Our fireworks is amazing. Please head down over there Saturday. Also, for Public Works announcement, book items. If you have book items and you're trying to do a cleanup at your house and you're trying to bring out all these book items out there, make sure that you call Public Works and make an appointment so they can go and pick those up. I've walked around our neighborhood and I've seen that there are like sofas and stuff like that, and that's great if you do that. Just make sure that you call Public Works so that they can come in and pick it up. And you don't want to have these things out on the driveway. There's people walking, and you want those cleared. As well as cut your grass. It is raining, and so the grass is growing. So make sure that you do cut your grass. Don't let those grass stay there too long. And I think that is it. I know there's a couple stuff, but I don't know.
Do they pick up old TVs, like bulky TV? Oh, I didn't know, because I didn't know.
They don't.
No, they don't pick up the
Well,
old
I used to
TVs.
take it years ago, drop it off somewhere, but let it close.
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
You're right.
Yeah. Here is our
Joey,
director.
Yeah,
He's right here.
he's the
He'll answer.
TV, his nickname's the TV minister.
Yes, but if you are, like, we have here, if you have a question and you're not sure if they could pick those bulky items up, make sure that you call our Public Works Department and they'll be able to answer your questions. So that's it. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor. Committeeman Patrick Olivo.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to have a little shameless plug here, so I want to talk about a really cool website, pennsaukenevents.com. You got to check that out. And when I went on today, I noticed the summer camps are open for registration. Some of the summer camps that are open is Muay Thai, dancing, one that I personally probably like, robotics, LEDs, coding and action theater, and a camp called Rockets and Chess. I think it's pretty cool. I guess you build some rockets and play some chess. So on this pennsaukenevents.com, you can just click the camp, and a little application will pop up, and you just fill it out, and you send it to the municipal building. If you have any more info you need for that, you can contact Juan Vasquez at 856-665-1000, extension 151. And I also want to wish Happy Pride to our LGBTQ plus community. June is dedicated to uplifting the LGBTQ plus voices. especially those who feel they may not have a voice. It's a celebration of culture and support of the LGBTQ plus rights. Remember, be true, be you, be proud. And with that, I'm going to volley over some events that Committeewoman Roberts at the library is hosting for Pride Month this June.
Exactly. Thank you, Committeeman. As he said, the library, as usual, is celebrating month to month. They celebrate whatever's happening that month, and this month is they're celebrating Pride Month with a few things. First, they do have a graphic novel discussion. The novel is The Magic Fish, which will be held on Monday, June 10th at 6 p.m. So if you're interested, if you've read the book, if you're interested in reading the book, they will have that graphic novel discussion on Monday, June 10th at 6 p.m. Also, Twilight Tales for all ages to celebrate Pride Month with a special evening story time. Will be Thursday, June 13th at 6 p.m. And the last thing I see here is a do-it-yourself tie-dye workshop, Saturday, June 22nd, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And again, it's all ages. They will provide something for free. I believe it's a bandana for tie-dyeing, but they do have an option if you wanted to pay $5 that you could tie-dye a tote. So, but it's a limited, there's limited, amount of space, I guess. So I think the limit's like 20 people. So if you're interested, please get over to the library and register for that. And lastly, the library is closed on Wednesday, June 19th for Juneteenth. So happy Juneteenth, everyone. We don't come back until the 20th. That's it.
Thank you, Committeewoman Robertson. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
All right, I know you had a wonderful day. I hope you had a wonderful day.
I did.
And we applaud that. Next up, we have Director of Public Safety, Committeeman Vince Martinez.
All right, well, most of the things have been taken, but that's all. So I'll speak on public safety. So for your concerns, Town Watch, I know we've seen each other at Town Watch. Sergeant Rosner, those would be good things that we can talk about when we're there. We can try to mitigate any of those things, get the right details so we can get those things, those concerns solved. Also, to add to the summer kickoff, residents, they can park in or around the soccer complex, so we'll be parking there. Officers, and EMS, and Soccer Fire, all of those divisions will be on site. Just so any concerns from recent events from other towns, we have a plan in place. We have extra officers. So if you go out to the kickoff, please come out, be safe, be alert, and just enjoy yourselves. We've enjoyed ourselves for several years. There's fireworks. The residents love everything about it. Let's continue to do those things, and so we can continue to have these events and give something back to the residents.
Director, the Battle of the Badges, who won?
I believe the police officers won that. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
congratulations.
I
could see them.
I was on the fire side, and I just, I didn't have a good game, so I was not, unfortunately.
I have you on camera. You
I don't
did
think
that
it's your
all
fault.
really well.
I don't think it's true.
I like to carry the whole thing, you know what I mean? That's what I do.
So, thank you. That's a lot of great information from everybody. And, I think another thing just to say about the summer kickoff, it humanizes who our people are in this town, our police, fire, EMS, gives a chance for our residents to meet and talk to and get to know who they are as well. It's an awesome opportunity. If you ever have a question or you have a concern, you can put a face to a name. It's a great opportunity to see that our people care. And I think that's what you're going to see when you come to one of these events. If you haven't been to one, we hope to see you. They're always well attended, and this is definitely a cool one to get to. So please.
No dunk tank this time.
No,
unfortunately.
I don't know. Oh, and listen, I've never seen the dunk tank. I heard about it, but
No, there's no dunk tank.
no dunk tank. Okay. All right, so that should wrap up our committee comments. And on behalf of everybody, we thank you guys for coming out and everything that's happened here tonight. If we could have, oh, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, no.
Our administrator usually jumps in here. What about the next meeting?
2 weeks today, June 20th, my wedding anniversary.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Tim probably won't be here at
No,
that meeting.
I'll be here.
Here he is.
No
I mean, that's a
way.
team
No,
player.
don't be here.
That's a
You're
team
not
player.
gonna be here.
I'll be here.
No way.
Tim just got punished, guys, right here on YouTube. All right,
Okay.
if we could have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you, guys. Have a great one.